Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World. What have we done? Well, we're doing a play test of the Battle of the Bulge. I'm going to take the handheld camera, hit the battlefield a little bit. Currently I only have a couple tables in the Wargame room. I have moved them away from this wall. We are going to play a bit of a mix of bolt action with Donald Featherstone. We're just going to do a little play test. Don't forget, the month of November through December, I'll be doing Battle of the Bulge games and also some Hessian stuff with Trenton. We're also tying in some things with the Maryland Veterans Museum in La Plata, Maryland. And I'll be filming a video to help promote that museum in November 26th. It's a Saturday. All right. Let's do a handheld view of this battle. All right, everyone. Going over this really quick. Our units each have a die associated with them. So the Nashorn's a 1. This unit's a 2. After all the units have been activated, I'll re-roll them, similar to Bolt Action and Combat Patrol by Buck Surdrew. We are using some vintage Marks vehicles, Marks figures, MPC figures, Conti figures, a little bit of everything. Now, what these playing cards, I'm going to be flipping these. Black 6, it will be activating a unit that's, of course, an American 6. And then, after all the American 6s activate, the German 6s will go. Vice versa when a red card comes up. The Germans are the red card. We have some winter dress GIs. And I'm just going to scan this battlefield really quick. And of course, we have a Stug or a Stug, our gifted Nashorn, and zip along. We have a Marks 105. We have an MPC Jeep that still needs to be painted, and I need to get those tires painted. We have our anti-tank gun on the hill. Something I like to point out is the armored car I got last year from my wife that was bright yellow. It's never seen action. All right, so we are ready to start. I'm going to set the camera in the tripod, and rules are real basic. They're on my site, and also bolt action. Everyone, for the most part, knows about bolt action. All right, let's shuffle these cards and get going. All right, welcome to my basement. By the way, my wife's she's doing okay. We're, getting tests back, and I want to say thank you to everyone that sent messages through Facebook and emails, and also through YouTube. And we're hoping we have a cure coming up soon. All right, I'm flipping a card. All right, here we go. We're flipping a card, and our first card is an American 3. So, we are on the other side of the table. Actually, it'll be a German 3. Sorry about that, everybody. So I'm looking, I have 1, 2, 2, 6, 4, 2, and 1. We have no German 3s, but we have an American 3. Looking around the table, and looking around the table. Okay, so everybody, let's zoom in a little bit. Believe it or not, that is a unit dug in, and we're gonna lock on to here. We have rifles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a BAR, and real simple. We're gonna just have It's just a rifle team, and they're going to fire right here. For 5 dice for the rifles. Need 5 or 6s with 1 hit. And our BAR, the Browning automatic rifle. So we got a total of 2 hits at long range at this unit here, coming out from here, and a 1 and a 5. Open ground. So these Germans took 1 hit. So we lost one German. And that unit has been activated. Now we're going to flip another card. German 2, which is our unit right here. They're going to go ahead and advance 9. With their leader. And they're going to fire 3 rifles, the submachine gun, and they're firing at that group there. So our squad here is under fire, but they're in a dug in. So I need 1s and 2s, and because of the foxhole cover, this squad does nothing to them. Alright, we'll pause the camera here. Alright, we have a red 3. So we know we have no German 3s right now, but we have an American 3, and it's that same rifle squad up here on the hill, and we're going to go ahead and have them fire, and let's see if you know what, I'm going to just check and see if my range has changed at all. So checking the range, we're still at the long range, needing the 5 and 6s for their quality, and I rolled badly for them, so we're firing again. We're going to put more fire into that unit. And they lost another figure. And I didn't check the last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. They lost their sergeant with a submachine gun. And I forgot to randomize the last hit. But, so our Germans are taking fire from that dugout, those foxholes. Alright. Red 5. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera and see where I'm at for red 5s. And I think I have one here. Yes, that's a 5. And I hope somebody's enjoying this. I have a lot of red 6s out there. But for red 5s, I just have the building, and we're going to change our camera angle. So that unit's been activated. They have a long range shot, but there's a flamethrower in there, a sergeant with a Tommy gun, and 1 rifleman. So we're going to go ahead and roll 1 die out there at long range, and I rolled a 1, so they didn't do anything. Let's flip a card. Alright, black 6 is up. Well, I didn't ask anyone if I should run this and just do a recap or what, but this black 6 is, they want to fire, so we're going to only move 9 inches roughly. No one is on Overwatch for the first turn, so we can fire with a -1. 3, 4, 5, and 2 for the submachine gun. They are in a dug-in position here, and let's see if I can get a close-up for you. And this is the newly built sandbag area. And at that range, I need 4, 5, or 6s. We got 4 hits, but they have a good for me to kill 1s and 2s, and I got 2 1s. Alright, so gonna randomize that one. 1, 2, 3. We lost that rifleman. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So, whoops, apologize everyone. This figure got hit twice. Alright, I have to go through and do all the 6s. But we have a Stug that's functional. Let's stop the camera. Well, it's Saturday night, November 4th, while everyone else is at Lancaster, Pennsylvania for the Wargame Convention. My wife is upstairs resting. She's had a rough couple weeks of hospital testing. But we're moving our Stug up, and we're playing a nice game in the basement. And I needed to be home. And so we moved this half. And we're going to have it fire its high explosive shell out there. Looking at my chart. Now for tonight's game, we aren't going to worry about deviations. And we rolled a 1, so it just landed out here. For me to hit, I needed a 3 through 6. So the Stug fired its main gun. I should have a machine gun up here, but I don't. And this is a 3D printed vehicle by Josh Warliff, the Magic 3D printer. And if you need one made, he can make them for you. I also had them made with the side panels. And again, this is a fun game I'm doing in my basement. It's not perfect, and it's not meant to be. This is just rolling dice with big 54mm figures. And let's move on to another 6. I have no more 6s for the Germans. But we have an American 6. Several. Let's go and resolve them left to right. Well, I'm pretty excited about this. We have a rifle team here. And we're just going to go ahead and hit this German infantry unit coming up. So let's see if we get any hits. We got 2 hits and we got 2 kills. We'll go ahead and random. Oh, their lieutenant got killed and a rifleman. Okay. So that was pretty good shooting there. I'm quite happy to say. Now I have another 6, and I appreciate everyone that's watching my videos. Everything I make off these videos on YouTube, I'm donating. I donated to the CSS Deuce Civil War Ironclad Museum in Kinston, North Carolina. Donated to the Maryland Veterans Museum. And if I can get enough people to watch in the next month or 2, everything will go to the Gloucester Museum of History in Virginia. Wow, look at this, everyone. We have our bazooka. And our bazooka man is going to take a shot at that Stug. Alright, here we go. Looking at my chart. Boy, he needs the cutoff point. I got to check the math on this. Hold on, everyone. I hope you're not getting bored. But yeah, we are under 12. So, and it's a hit with a 5. And I gotta get out my chart here, and I do have the bolt action charts, and then I have them revamped. So my activation system's a little different than bolt action. So our bazooka man actually hit that Stug, and it has an armor class of a 10 with that shield. The ones without the shield's a 9, and my bazooka is a 2, so I gotta roll 2 dice and exceed a 10, which is an 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11. So we have exceeded its defense value, and It is blown up. Okay, everyone, we have our first armored casualty. We lost a Stug, and yes, it's not painted white. So that was one of the bad 3D prints that Josh made, and all the bad 3D prints don't happen very often. Out of, I think, 8 half tracks he made for me, we had one bad print. So our bazooka team scored a hit, and we have a Tommy gun, and they actually fired. The Tommy gun is fired over here. He scored one hit, and he fails to kill anybody. All right, we have another long range fire in a foxhole. Let's resolve that. Okay, our 105 howitzer has been activated, and we're rolling. And I rolled a 1. So the communication from the howitzer failed to get in the coordinates to La Bichelle. And it's a cool old Marks 105 howitzer. And let's see here. What do we got to do next? I have the armored car, which has never seen action. It is heading out. Let's go over and check on that. All right. Well, we're going to move the armored car, and it books along pretty fast. Okay, I moved its full movement value. It can't do anything other than it just booked down the road. Not 100% sure if that was good or not. The only thing that'd take it out is the tank destroyer or the... I guess this infantry could try a close assault it. They have no Panzerfaust. I didn't attach a Panzerfaust with that unit, or a Panzer Schreck. Alright, let's flip a card. All the 6s have been activated. We are a black 4, which is a German half-track. Well, it's actually a German armored truck. I included these in tonight's game just because they're darn cool. If you're over 50, you had to have a Marks German vehicle. These things are from the Africa Corps, and they were made in several different colors. But this one has been activated, and it's considered a truck. Can go 20 inches. It can go 10 and fire. So, we're going to tell that officer to get out of the way. And it actually has armor to a degree against the rifles. And it's going to open up its machine gun. And I'll pause here. Okay, everyone, our machine gun team and the armored car scored one hit. One figure is dead. We'll randomize it. And it's 1, 2. This figure here. So that figure took a loss. Alright. That rifle team's dug in deep in those foxholes. Van Johnson and all. And again, this is my play test. And I'm missing half my tables because my neighbor let him borrow them for his daughter's birthday party. I haven't gone over and picked them up yet. Let's flip a card. Let me know in comments if I go too long babbling. By the way, I need to check to see if I have any 4s for the Allied side. Hold on. Alright, I have a Jeep with a .30 caliber hidden behind this tree. So right now, that was a 4. I'm going to let that sit there as a reserve piece of equipment. And Red 6 came up, which is really cool because that armored car that moved before, that can't move or couldn't fire because it moved too much, it is going to go ahead and fire. And it's got a dinky gun, but Let's see what happens. Oh, I rolled a 1. 1's an automatic miss, so that shell went somewhere. And I have that bazooka team. Oh boy. That bazooka team, do you think it can take out this king tiger? Let's see what happens. 4, 5, or 6 to hit, and it rolled a 1. So that shell failed to do anything. I have the 3 riflemen. They rolled 1, 1, and a 4. The 4 is a hit. And so this German squad over here took a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take this rifleman because we won't lose the Panzerfaust. So that 6 went. We're going to see about the 105 howitzer. And they got communication with a 4. So they can call in fire. And you know, we're going to put the fire right over here. And they did it. So, and unfortunately, flipping the page, that was devastating. They lost 2 figures under here. And we lost those 2. All right. So the 105 did quite well. And all the 6s have been resolved, except for this one. Let's change our camera angle. All right, the Germans here, they're not below half strength. No morale check needed. They're under 9 inches. I'm going to send them into hand-to-hand combat. All right, here we go. And I'm not bothering with the hand grenades. So this German gets taken out. He goes in, and he's a 4. He's a 2. So our machine gunner dies, and some machine guns a 7. So they've come in to here. And the last one to go in, he's a 3. So this guy backs off, and this one is dead. So in our combat, the Americans lost their heavy machine gun team, and the Germans are there in that building. They're going to have to check morale the next time they're activated. They'll probably fail. So, we have a German in here. And incidentally, I did roll to see if the machine gun team, they weren't on Overwatch, but I did check to see if they could open up before the charge. And they needed to roll anything but a 1 or 2, and they failed. So, I don't know if they were reloading the machine gun or what, but they failed to fire a burst into the Germans charging into them. We have our first Joker, which means when we get another Joker, we shuffle the deck and re-roll all the dice. And, well, alright, that completes one full phase. Units that didn't go are the 1s, a 2, 4, and a 5. Alright, so we're going to shuffle these, re-roll dice, and come back to you. Alright everyone, I'm starting the next turn. By the way, I'm only playing 2 hours. I'm going to go upstairs and spend some time with my wife and watch a movie. So we'll play for another hour and 10 minutes or so. And I flip the card. It's black 2, German 2. Well, I have one unit that needs to check morale and another unit that's fine. Let's change the camera angle. Okay, this unit's pretty bad on its morale. Let me get out the morale chart. Here we go. 2 minus, and they are off the table. So they are gone. They run off. They say that charging that building wasn't the best idea. They did take out the machine gun team, but they didn't. They did not like that attack. All right. Now I gotta change the camera angle because we have other twos that are German. Okay, this unit here, they're going to advance 9 inches and fire. And so they're, and I'm going to pour all the fire. Well, let's see. Odd, even. Okay, so they're firing over here. Let's work that combat out. I'll move the camera angle. Oh, on turn 2, the first Joker, the Sherman tanks may arrive. So we're gonna fire. We have 3 rifles, and we got 2 hits. Some machine guns got 2 hits, and the belt fed. Total of 5 hits going into the building, and 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 kills. Now, okay, and randomize it. It kills them all. So this unit's actually gone, and they activated afterwards, so it's not simultaneous because it was a black 2. Okay, so the Germans actually put a lot of firepower into that building. This is one of the flea market buildings, by the way. I gotta look for more 2s. Alright, I gotta pause the camera so you won't be bored. Well, the bazooka team is a 2 also. And they are going to try to take out the Tiger again. First they gotta score a hit. Let's see if they do score a hit this time. So that's good. And it's a Tiger 2 with a bazooka hitting the front. Armor piercing of 2. We flip our page. Alright. We're going to do the math, but boy, it bounces. And unfortunately, doing the math, according to the magic chart, the best it could do is knock out a track, and it would have to roll box cars, and that would be all it could do, firing frontal. So the bazooka team probably should call it a day and fall back, or have gone for the Nash horn over here. Alright, all 2s have now been activated. We are red 5, so I have to look around the table. The machine gun, 30 caliber machine gun on the Jeep hiding behind the tree is activated. I'm keeping that as reserve, and that's the only I have no other American 5s. As far as German 5s, this squad here, and they are not at half strength yet. They're close, so they are going to advance 9 inches and fire into those foxholes. And I was considering hand grenades. I don't know. I'm going to throw hand grenades. Let's see what happens. I got to pause the camera and grab the hand grenade stencil. Alright, here I go with hand grenades. The first hand grenade is up. The second is good. The third is good. I had no drop hand grenades on snake eyes. Distance out. So here we go. And that's a hit. And that's short. And the third one, that one is short. So the BAR man is gone. So our hand grenades proved, I don't know, I threw 3 of them, killed 1 figure. I always wonder if the hand grenade rules are too strong or not strong enough at times. Let's flip a card. All our 5s have gone. And it's a 4. I gotta pause the camera, everyone, to find my 4s. Alright, well, this is a German 4. And that's my only German 4. Wow. Let's activate the Nash horn. John's the sheriff, of course. You probably heard me talk about it half a dozen times. 90-year-old gentleman, his father, made this for me. I'm very proud that someone thought enough of me to send me something. You know, and I gotta say I'm very, very lucky to have so many friends in the wargaming hobby. I received figures today from Jim Peachy, from Jim, the Khartoum Wargame King, and we are going to move this Nash horn down the road. Gosh, it moves pretty fast to fire. We're going to send it over here, and I just knocked off a machine gun. Alright, so that's where it's at, and it does have a close support machine gun on it. We're going to fire that, and I rolled 3 1s and a 2. Alright, so the machine gun team on the Nash horn was not very effective. Alright, that looks to be the only 5. Let's pause the camera. Okay, Game Master mistake. That was 4s that were activating, and I have to do a line of sight check to see if the anti-tank gun, which is now activated, if it can see the Nash horn. Alright. I'll pause the camera, or should I let it run? I had to get out the ruler, the big yardstick, and going from gun mantle, yeah, I hate to say it, but I think this building is blocking it, even though it's on 2 tiers. You know, if Walt Leach was here and Kevin, Colonel Handsome of my wargaming group, you know, okay, I'm going to say if it's an even, it's going to be able to fire. And it's odd, so they don't see it because of the building. But they do see this armored truck coming along, and they're going to fire at that, and they roll the 1. Okay, so that gun team needs some gunnery practice. The 4s have now gone, so now we'll flip, and it's our first Joker, and I got to find the sheet for the Sherman tanks. And let's see, we roll the 5. It is 1 Sherman tank, and we got to find the location. And it's on road 1, which is way over there. And we got to give it a random number. And it's going to be a 3. Pause the camera here while I go grab the Sherman. Alright, here's our Sherman, moving on a 3. And I flipped the card. We're on red 4, which is American, which is an anti-tank gun. Alright, I gotta move the camera again. Well, my anti-tank gun, I guess it's a 57 millimeter up there, is going to try to take out the King Tiger. And it needs a 4, 5, or 6 to hit, and it rolls a 3. Alright. Now, if I was playing more advanced rules and I fired at the same target, I could add a 1 to it. But for tonight, we're not doing that. And I need to look for more 4s. And we have no other 4s for the Americans. And we're looking for 4s for the Nashorn. Okay, now I have a bazooka team in that house. And the machine guns were ineffective, but I have infantry support. And I've pivoted the Nashorn. And we're going to try to take out that armored car. So if John the Sheriff in Broome County, New York is watching, here we go. I guess I need to check our range. And I'm going to say it's a solid 4 feet away. Well, 44 inches. So it's going to get a -1. It's carrying an 88 with a +1. And it rolls a 6. Well, I think anyone watching this who've made it this far knows what happens to an armored car hit by an 88. The 88 penetration value is incredible in this chart. So it's a 4. Armored car is a 5, and I rolled 2 dice. That thing is blown up. Alright. So the Nashorn cuts through the armored car like a hot knife through butter. And I gotta find, we're gonna smoke it. Alright, like in Kelly's Heroes, Armored Recon really isn't made to take on 88s. What do you mean there's 3 Tigers down there? There's like 30 of them. Alright, laugh everyone, life is short. I'm just having fun in the basement. You know, I miss all my wargaming friends and seeing everyone, but, you know, I'm sort of having a good time running this little game. Simple rules and no stress. And this is a nice stress reliever. It's been a very stressful couple weeks dealing with stuff. So, John, you can let your father know that his Nashorn scored its first kill. Let me see if I have any more 4s. And our anti-tank gun, of course, is missed. So we are going to flip a card. And we have a red 1. So I have to run around and see where I have for 1s for the Americans. And we have no red 1s. Oh gosh. Yes we do, right here. But they are going to probably break 2 figures. And they do. Alright, these 2 GIs say we're not Audie Murphy. We're at below half strength. And they're out of here. So, that's our only 1. We have a 5 up. And it's a German 5. So that squad there. I'm going to pause the camera. Okay. We have 3 riflemen, a leader. Leader giving them that bonus. And we have 1 chance of a hit. And it's not. The foxholes, those guys are dug in pretty good. Other than the BAR man, I don't think they really lost anybody. So that's my 5 there. The Tiger moves on a 6. Nothing there. Our Sherman moves on a 3. And we're going to flip a card. And it is German 1s. And we have no German 1s. And no American 1s currently. Let's flip a card. We have red 2. Well, that is the bazooka team. I got to change the camera. Alright, my bazooka team is going to try to take out the Nashorn. I gotta see if... Let's see if they can make it to the... Yeah, I guess he can pop out the door. Let's see. Yeah, it's under 5 inches. He can actually shoot out the window. And unfortunately, our bazooka's at close range. And he hit the Nashorn. Okay. Bazooka's got an armor piercing rating of the 2, and the Nashorn's got an armor of 7. So, and that bazooka team, well, that bazooka team took out the Nashorn. So it's gone. All right, Sheriff John, let your dad know it fought valiantly. Maybe I should have tried to take out that bazooka team after all. Okay, that was the 2. All right, let's flip a card. Okay. It is Joker. Okay, by the way, there's 3 Jokers in this deck. So, the first Joker for turn 2 activated reinforcements for the Americans, which is that Sherman. We have a red 6 that came up. This Tiger tank's finally got its engine started. And, by the way, every turn it moves, we're rolling a die, and on a 1 it doesn't move. And it can move. I have transmission issues with my Tigers. Please leave a comment if you think that's unfair. 16% chance it doesn't start, run, shift gears, something's wrong with it. For all my Tiger tanks. That's a Bill rule. The thing is cumbersome as heck. And we're going to open up on the bazooka team with the whole machine gun. And that's a miss. We will fire with our main gun, which is a hit. And, alright. And it needs 4s or better. It causes 2 kills. I do a randomization. Okay. So, they're gone. So our Tiger took out the bazooka team. So our 2 main houses have been cleared out. And we did lose the Nashorn early, and we lost a Stug. That bazooka team really did well. That bazooka guy, soldier, he deserves at least a Silver Star or Medal of Honor. Let's flip a card. Oh no, I got more 6s. Hold on, we got to change our camera angle, everyone. My half track here is simply moving around over to here. My half track knows it's no match for a Tiger tank. And right now, we're doing pretty good. I don't want to have it get toasted. This unit up here is a flamethrower unit that's in this building here. So they're way out of range. There's a lot going on with this 6. And I messed up a little bit with the Tiger, but that's fine. We have a 105 howitzer screaming in for shells. It gets communication and it fails to sight in. Alright. So the 105 doesn't do anything. My infantry squad at long range, and you can't really see it because I have everyone dug in, but it's this unit here. By the way, I'm wearing a V8 Travels shirt today. Chris has a V8 Travels YouTube channel, and he does great YouTube videos on V8 Travels. I recommend him highly. So we're going to fire our 3 rifles, and we score 2 hits with 2 kills. Figure 3 and 6. Wow. So long range. They got him somehow, and they got the loader. All right. And this German vehicle here is going to fire at the foxholes here. And we got 3 hits, and for kills, they got 1 kill. We'll just take him out. So that foxhole detachment out there is down to 3 figures. So they're at their strength is now going to have to test morale. And that's it for the 6. That 6 card had a lot of stuff going with it. We need a 3 to activate the Sherman. But we got another 6, and it's German. So I know right off the bat, this thing is going to fire at the foxholes again. Only scores 1 hit and fails to do anything because they're dug in. The next thing is our Tiger. Let's check the road. Well, if I bring the Tiger around, I think it could see the Sherman. So I'm going to pause the camera and set that up. The Tiger has to see if it starts its engine. Alright, our Tiger's engine is fine. For it to fire, it can't move more than 4 inches. So, and alright. Now, this will be aggravating if that Sherman, that's reinforcements, just buzzing down the road, gets knocked out by this Tiger. I gotta go measure the range. I mean, it's like 7 feet away. Alright, I hope you're not getting bored. Who knows who's watching still? From gun mantle, it's at 67 inches. And I know for a fact that Tiger 2 has got an unlimited range, but there's a modifier, of course. We need a 5 or a 6 to hit that Sherman, and we rolled a 4. So that's that Sherman crew is probably bumming out. They're already being engaged by a Tiger, and we have an American squad up there. They're going to fire down on the Germans, and they score 1 hit for 1 kill. So that one foxhole unit up there just took out another German. Okay, and our 105 howitzer does not get communications for a shell. So all 6s, you know, I could wing that half track around and bring it up to here, but that would be pretty crazy. But if we were playing a campaign game, something like that, it'd really be considered gamey. So we're going to leave the half track where it's at. That crew's not suicidal. We have a red 3, which is the Sherman. Okay, let's pause the camera. Okay, everyone, this Sherman can move 14 and get a little bonus on the road for 3 inches. It can go 10 inches and still fire. So we're going to move 10 inches up and try to see what we can do to that Tiger tank that's down the road. And I don't know. We have a flank shot on it. I'm going to pause the camera. We're going to roll some dice. Alright, you can sort of see our Sherman, you can see our Tiger. And that 75 millimeter has a range of 72. But man, at that range, and with it being moved, it needs a 6, and it rolls a 3. So the Sherman fired and missed the Tiger. Let's check for other 3s. This squad has to do a morale check. Get my morale chart out. They're at 50%. Oh. Alright, so they're falling back. So they're heading out. They are leaving their foxholes and they've gone up a level. And I need to mark them. Okay, so we have the Americans are pretty much starting to lose this this action. Flipping a card. It's a black 3, which this unit would go up to here and doing another. Oh gosh, they've run. I got snake eyes. So they have 100% headed out. Okay. Wow. That's we have the German truck vehicle that is over there. And wow, we have pretty much secured everything. That's a 3 there. Okay. Well, our Sherman tank is going to come down the road and try to take out this Tiger. This was the last card of the deck for turn 2. There we go. So I'm at 44 inches now, and at 44 inches, I needed to be at 42, and I moved, so I need a 6. We failed to hit. All right, everyone, I have another half hour yet, so we're going to play one more turn. I don't know if any of you are still watching. The objective is for the Germans to take the crossroads, and I have a Sherman there. All right, I've shuffled the deck. You know, I gotta laugh. I'm actually having a good time playing this. I miss all my friends, of course, David Luft and Roxanne Patton and all the wargamers and everyone that's so friendly, and James Curtis. But you know, you gotta make lemon juice or lemonade out of lemons sometimes. So we're going to flip a card. The Germans have not taken the crossroads. Oh gosh, I messed up. I haven't re-rolled all the dice to activate units. So shuffling these up again because I did flip a card. And sorry about that, everyone. Hold on. Okay, welcome back. Game Master made a mistake there. He forgot to re-roll the activation dice. And here we go again. And we have a red 6, which is the Americans. And, you know, there's not a lot of units left. Nothing out of red 6. Now checking the Germans. And the Germans are running out of stuff also. In fact, I don't know if they have enough infantry to take those crossroads. Because that one building has a flamethrower in it and a 2-man rifle team supporting it. So let's flip another card, and we are on a black 3, which is German 3, and nothing. And then for the Americans, if you're wondering, the half track hiding behind the building is a 5. I don't know, I should buzz that thing around and try to take out that squad. That would probably keep the, if I take out the Tiger in that last squad, I believe the Americans will have a victory. We have a red 4. And that's the Sherman. The Sherman gets to go first. And boy, we're going to bug down the road. And we're going to just push the armored car out of the way. Alright, we have a Sherman. And it can fire. And because of my range now, even though I moved, I'm at a 5 or a 6. So. And we rolled a, I almost swore, we rolled a 1. That's horrible. Okay, so the Sherman crew is going to fire its machine gun at the squad, and it gets 4 dice, and does 3 hits, and let's see what it does for kills. And it does 1 kill, and it's this figure here. Alright. So the coaxial got 1 German. We failed to hit the Tiger. Let's see what other 4s we have. This squad has to actually do a morale check. And they just made it, so they're okay. And their grenades don't do enough to take out a Sherman tank, other than boxcars for a track. And they have to do a guts check of a 9 or higher. 10 because they're at half strength. Alright. They're coming up here. Oh, I gotta do a guts check first. They need a 10. They rolled a 9. Alright, their officers screaming at them and they don't do anything. Alright, so assaulting the Sherman, they weren't into doing that. We have this team here is going to fire, and it scores 2 hits up there. And the machine gun team, we got a total of 3 hits firing up there. And I need 1s and 2s for kills, and we got 2 1s. And just to make sure, it's number 2 and 3. So there, that unit's pretty much down to 2 figures, so it's got a good chance of breaking morale. That's it for 4s. Okay, red 1. I have to look around and see what we have for 1s. The 57mm anti-tank gun. And I'm sorry, but there's no way I think I'm going to let it fire at the Tiger with that building right there. So we will go for the armored car, and it rolls a 1. 1s are always a miss in my game. Oh my gosh, you know what's a 1? It's the Tiger tank. Now if the tank doesn't move, and at that range, and I'm measuring from mantle, so let's see if we take out Telly Savalas, everyone. Gun mantle to turret. Ooh, we're at 30 inches with the dreaded 88 with a +2. 3, anything but a 1. And we rolled a 3. Alright, so the Tiger has hit the Sherman, and it's got a 4 armor piercing power. The Sherman's armor is a 10. So here we go. We got a 7 plus 4 is 11. It's 1 above its armor defense factor. We have a Sherman on fire. Alright. So let's smoke a Sherman. Okay, we have the Crossroads have a smoking Sherman and an armored car. My American infantry have pretty much fallen back, other than the flamethrower team in that building there with the red 4 on it. The 105 howitzer is still active, and a Jeep with a 30 caliber, the headquarters Jeep. The Germans are pretty much out of troops themselves. We have a 3-man unit there that failed the guts check. The other one passed. We have no other 1s. And we have a black 6. And we have no 6s that I see. So, sort of bummed the Nashorn only took out an armored car and then got taken out. That bazooka team took out 2 vehicles. And a red 3. And that's that squad up on the hill. It's down to 2 figures. It's got to roll, and it fails. They're running back 12 inches. At least they didn't do the full route. They're about to here. And there are 3. They need a red marker. So, people watching this from whatever countries and all, I hope everyone understands I don't make my videos to be, super edited. They're just for fun. And I take what little money I make and give away to a history site. Alright. The 3s have gone. The Americans are pretty much... I got a half track hidden around the corner. Uh-oh. We have a joker. And we have a 1. So the next joker ends the game. So a 1 is the Tiger tank. And it's going to putter along 4 inches, turn its turret. Oh, we have to see if it starts. And it starts. It's fine. And it's going to lob a shell. And I'll roll. Yeah, it hit. So we've hit that 57mm gun and crew. And this thing does 5 dice of high explosives. The 3s are better. 4 hits. And 4, 5, or 6. Alright, the crew is gone. The gun is wrecked. I will go and smoke that. Alright, the anti-tank gun has a pile of smoke. Its ammo got hit too. So, the Tiger tank and its engine's been running quite well. We have a black 2. So on our black 2, boy, the American half-track and the 30 caliber Jeep, there's nothing left on the table that can take out the Tiger but the 105. That thing hasn't hit yet. I guess it hit very early in the game. Let's flip another card, and the card is the Joker. Alright, this is the end of 3 phase turns with the play test. My hand grenade rules are sort of a mix of Donald Featherstone, close assault, and bolt action. The bolt action hand-to-hand combat system works great for some people, but I like to roll 1 figure against 1 figure and give a +1 if you're armed with a pistol or a submachine gun, and then a little up or down bonus if you're defending something. So, well, what do you think, everyone? Is this an Allied victory? The 105 is still covering the crossroads. I still have a flamethrower in there and a half-track that's... So our half-track did absolutely nothing in this game. I wasn't trying to be suicidal with it. The Marks German vehicles got shot at, but they didn't get knocked out. And the Germans... Now, if I played a couple more turns, I really believe the Tiger would hold the crossroads, but I have no infantry support for the most part. And the 105 could be shelling the landscape. So, leave your comments. I'm going to call this a draw. I'm going to say that it could even favor the Americans a little bit, that they are still sort of in position with a flamethrower at the crossroads of 2 riflemen. That's where we're at. I'm not counting up points. Most of the American infantry there's only a couple figures left. So, let me know what you think. Don't forget, Blue Panther Printing is my printer for my board war games. Goober the Traveling Bear calendar for all the sales of that on Blue Panther Printing. Everything that I make, I'm donating to the Braddock Battlefield History Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sean and Matt do a great job there. So, stay safe, everyone. Be kind, be courteous. I hope you enjoyed Battle of the Bulge in Bill's basement. And it's not quite like Fall In, but it was an enjoyable game. Thank you, everyone.